Hey everybody, I'm Miss Aline and I want to thank you for joining us again on Kids Corner on Armstrong Cable channels 20 and 100. Today we're at Campbell Elementary School with the first grade class and it's all about autumn. It's fall, so you know what that means. Lots of color, lots of changes, and a lot of fun in store. We've got 2 stories and a very fun tree handprint autumn leaf art project. Hey everybody. Hi. How are you today? Good. Well, for those of you at home, we're here today at Campbell Elementary School with the first grade class, and we have got a lot of fun in store. Thank you for joining us for Kids Corner on Armstrong Cable channels 20 and 100. And today it is all about squirrels and trees and autumn leaves. Sound cool? Yeah. I've got 2 fun stories for you guys, but first I want to ask a couple of questions. First of all, how's everybody doing? Good. Everybody doing really good? Yeah. Everybody feeling kind of autumny today? Yeah. It's starting to turn seasons outside. It's getting a little cooler. Are you able to dress in autumn like you are in summer? No. No. How about, what happens to the trees in autumn that's different than in summer? Well, the trees hopefully don't fall down, but what does fall down? Hold on, raise your hands. You in the back. The leaves fall down? That's right, the leaves fall down. What happens before the leaves fall down though? Something else happens in autumn, especially around here where we've got lots of trees and the seasons are very noticeable and they're very pretty because in autumn, you right here.
The trees get colorful.
Exactly, they get colorful. They turn lots of beautiful colors in the autumn. We get lots of colors like, can somebody tell me a color that we get on our tree that's different than the green ones that we have most of the time when it's summery or spring? How about you right here? Give me a color that the leaves turn in the autumn.
Green.
Okay, they change from green to, how about you right here?
Red.
Red is one color. You in the back.
Orange.
Orange, how about you?
Yellow.
Yellow. What other color do they turn? There's one more color that I can think of off the top of my head. Let's see, somebody I haven't called on. So if I've called on you already, put your hand down. Okay, how about you right there?
Brown.
That's right, brown. So the leaves turn lots of colors and then there's lots of colors in between. Oh, wait a minute. I think we missed one. We said yellow, we said red, we said brown, we said green. We said yellow. There's one more color. Don't yell out. You right there.
Orange.
That's it. Orange. How could I have forgotten that? I'm kind of wearing orangey colors, aren't I? So we've got lots of colors and then they turn different shades of those colors. So there's lots of colors in between yellow, yellow and orangey orange and red, red. So we've got lots of beautiful colors that come on our trees this time of year. Does everybody kind of enjoy walking around and seeing all those different colors? Has anybody ever gone and picked up different leaves and looked at the different leaves and different kinds of trees and seen what colors they turn? Me too. Now we're going to move into talking a little bit about squirrels. What happens with squirrels in the autumn when they're getting ready for winter? What do they do? Can somebody tell me? Somebody I haven't called on yet. How about you right here?
They dig a hole.
Huh?
They dig a hole.
They might dig a hole. What do they do with the hole though? Or what do they do during the autumn time and the fall time to get ready for winter? You in the back over there.
They store them until winter.
Store what?
They're nuts.
That's right. They get ready for the winter, so they store up what they eat. They store up acorns and things like that so that they have plenty to eat during the winter when it gets cold, because during the winter when it gets cold, the trees don't have so much stuff on them, do they? When it comes to time for it to snow, usually the trees are bare for the most part, most trees are, and they're covered in snow, so you're not going to get very much food off of them if that's where you rely on getting your food from, right? So that's why squirrels have to get ready a little bit ahead of time. And this story is about a funny squirrel, and it's called Nuts to You. Nuts to you. See that squirrel in our tree? I think he'd rather live with me. I'll wait a while. He could be shy. Or maybe he likes it way up high. Look, here he comes trying to hide. He can't wait to get inside. Do squirrels live in bedrooms in houses like us most of the time? Not most of the time, Hot. Do you think it's a good idea for you to want a pet squirrel?
Yeah.
Most of the time not. Some people actually do keep pet squirrels, but that's a little bit different. They're not usually kept in houses. He's in the flowers. He's really bad. He's digging up bulbs. My mom is mad. And somebody said squirrels dig holes. So this squirrel is digging up the flowers in this person's yard, and the mom is not very happy about it. There he goes up the bricks on his claws. He steals seeds, eats with his paws. Walking on tiptoe, tail head high, he brushes my plants as he zips by. Has anybody ever watched squirrels? Are they slow?
No, fast.
They're pretty fast, aren't they? Can they climb?
Yeah.
Are they good climbers?
Yeah.
They are very good climbers. They climb all the way up trees, and they can balance on wires and all sorts of things and do all sorts of really cool stuff if you've ever stopped and watched a squirrel. Me too.
Me too.
Have you seen different colored squirrels? I have too. In different areas, sometimes squirrels are different colors. There's gray squirrels, there's black squirrels, and then there's brown squirrels, and there's red squirrels, that's right. So there's lots of different kinds of squirrels too. And then there's that different kind of squirrel called a flying squirrel, but that's another story. I don't think we're gonna talk about that too much. In our window box, watching us eat, he sits on the flowers and begs for a treat. I opened my window for some fresh air, but I forgot the screen had a tear. What do you think's gonna happen? Don't say it out loud, but what do you think is gonna happen? Somebody I haven't called on. You back there with the red shirt right there, yep.
It might break
The screen might break. Why might it break?
because it got a hole in it.
It does have a hole in it, and our squirrel is outside, so what do you think might happen? Anybody? Can somebody tell me? You right here.
The squirrel will jump in the hole.
He might jump in the hole. Think that's gonna be a good idea?
Yeah.
We'll see. When I came back, guess what I found? That squirrel there was looking around. He came in the room. So I got some nuts, ran out the door, tapped one on the sidewalk, and left a few more. So when we started the story, this person kind of thought maybe the squirrel might like to live inside. I guess maybe they were kind of right. The squirrel did get curious and come inside, but did the person actually want the squirrel inside once it came in? No, and we see that because they ended up running outside and trying to get nuts to say, here, come get this outside. Don't stay in my room. Nuts to you, I shouted, loud as I could. That squirrel peeked out. I knew he would. He looked to the left, he looked to the right. He ran down the bricks and took a big bite. He ate all those nuts, then scampered away, but he'll get hungry again someday. I'll keep nuts in my pockets, one or two, and when I see him, I'll say, nuts to you. And that is the end of the story. But at the end of this story, it's got really, really cool information about squirrels. So if you ever get a chance to go to your library and check this book out, it's called Nuts to You by Lois Ehlert. And it's got information about what squirrels use their teeth for, what they use their feet for, the way you can identify them. Okay, here's a cool question. You guys know about mammals and amphibians and reptiles and things like that a little bit, right? Does anybody know what kind of animal a squirrel is? You in the back.
A fast squirrel.
They're a fast squirrel, but as it pertains to the class of animal or the type of animal that they are they a reptile? No, they are mammals, just like us. They nurse their babies and they take care of their babies and they're warm-blooded. Very cool, huh? So it's got more information about what they use their tails for. And did you know that a bushy squirrel tail can be used as an umbrella for them? That's kind of cool. Has anybody ever seen a squirrel using their tail as an umbrella? I haven't, but I'd like to. I think it'd be kind of fun to see. And it also talks about what kind of food they eat. So there's some very cool things to check out. So if you're ever at your library and you get a chance to see this book, go ahead and check it out and maybe have your parent help you figure out what's going on with all these squirrels. All right? Did you guys like that story? Yeah. Okay, we've got one more story, and this one's called It's Fall by Linda Glazer. It's fall. I skip and swish through autumn leaves. They crunch and crackle under my feet and whoosh and whirl all around me. Red, orange, yellow, gold, and brown. A wind swoops up. More leaves fall down. And we talked about the different colors of leaves. Hold your questions. It's fall. I help rake a big, big pile of leaves. Whee! I jump in and sink deep, deep, deep. I hide inside. It smells sharp and sweet. Leaves prickle and tickle all over me. I wait and wait, then pop, it's me. Anybody ever hidden in leaves before? Anybody ever jumped into a big pile of leaves before? It's kind of fun. Just don't get lost in there, right? Yeah. We hear the wild honking of migrating geese as they fly way up overhead in V's. A hawk soars up in a sweeping glide, and there go some monarch butterflies. They're all heading south where it's warm because colder days are coming soon. It's fall. Animals are hiding all around me. They're getting ready to hibernate. Does anybody know what hibernate means? Somebody I haven't called on? Have I called on everybody? All right. How about you in the middle right there?
They stay in the home when it's fall.
That's kind of close. It's a little bit more usually seen during the winter though. There's certain kinds of animals that hibernate. And when they hibernate, what do they do? You right here in the front. What do they do?
When it's snowing, they sleep.
That's right. When animals hibernate, they'll go into a warm, cozy place and they will go to sleep for the whole winter pretty much. Bears are known for hibernating during the winter. Anybody ever heard about that? Bears hibernating during the winter? Yep, it helps them to get through the winter a little faster. And then they come back out in the spring. Ladybugs hide in pine cones and under bark and leaves. Earthworms tunnel way down where the earth doesn't freeze, and you talked about worms. But even more than just when it rains, when it gets cold, they go way, way down deep into the earth so that it's much warmer, because it gets warmer as you go down further if you dig. Frogs burrow in lake bottoms under the mud. A raccoon finds a safe spot in a hollow log. A chipmunk stores up piles of seeds underground, and soon they'll all sleep for a long, long time. Gray squirrels scamper around finding acorns and nuts. They'll be awake all winter, so they'll have to fatten up. And that'll help keep them warm. It's fall, the air is turning crisp and cold. It's time to wear our warmer clothes. We put on our jackets and pants and long sleeves to keep us warm when it turns breezy. The sun goes down so early now. We wait and watch the sky grow dark. We see the great big harvest moon rise up and up. Wherever we go, we find flowers and weeds drying out and scattering seeds. We float silky parachutes of dry milkweeds, and birds land on our dry sunflowers and eat the seeds. Tall, dry cattails, that's those plants right there, whisper and rattle. Crisp leaves swish and rustle and chatter. It's fall. We collect acorns and pine cones and pretty leaves, and I choose a great big pumpkin. We carve out a face and roast the seeds. Who likes pumpkin seeds? Me too. One day in our garden, we dig some holes and we plant crocuses and tulips and daffodil bulbs. I try to picture how they'll look a long time from now when they finally come up. Then one day I noticed that the trees are all bare. Leaves have fallen everywhere. There's an icy chill in the air. Soon, very soon, winter will be here, but right now it's still fall. I gather handfuls of autumn leaves and I toss them up. They swirl down on me. It's fall, it's fall. I love it all. It's fall. And this book also has some very cool things to share with you. If you ever get a chance and you're at your library, have your parents look for this book. It's called It's Fall by Linda Glazer. And this book has lots of cool things that you can do in the fall. So maybe you guys can actually ask your parents to take a couple of things off of this list, like go to an apple orchard and pick some apples, or collect some autumn leaves and place them in an old book and then set some heavy more books on top of them, and they'll dry out, and then you can keep them and you'll be able to see your leaves year round in all the pretty colors. All right, and there's lots of other cool things that you guys can do, so check that out when you get a chance. Did you guys like that story too?
Yeah!
Me too. All right, now it is time for us to have our very, very cool autumn leaf tree project. Okay, everybody, so here's what our first step of our handprint autumn leaf tree project is gonna be. You are going to take your piece of paper and you're gonna lay your hand and the bottom of your arm, so not your whole arm, but the bottom part, like kind of from maybe here up, on your paper, just like that, and spread your fingers. So just one hand, but make sure that you've got your arm like that so that it's straight on the bottom. So now you're going to take your black marker and you are going to carefully, try not to get it all over your fingers, but trace your hand with your other one. So wait, okay, here's a good thing. If you write with the opposite hand than the one that you have on the paper, then that's perfect. If the hand you usually write with is the one you have on your paper, you might want to switch, okay? You guys get to take your paper, and if you want your leaves to be smaller, just take the paper, and after you put a little glue, or before, just cut it a little, like tear it in half, make it a little smaller if you want, and then just use your colors to decorate your tree however you want. And don't forget, your fingers are your branches, so you're decorating your tree branches, okay? And then because it's fall, if you guys want to put some leaves falling or a pile of leaves at the bottom, go right ahead. You've got plenty of paper to do whatever you'd like. Everybody, thanks again for joining us here today at Campbell Elementary School with the first grade class and Miss Pecchia. I want to thank Miss Cardona and Miss Cadman for helping us out today. We've had a lot of fun with trees and squirrels and autumn leaves. And I hope you guys enjoyed our 2 stories and our very fun handprint autumn leaf art project. Until next time, don't forget to tune in to Armstrong Cable Channels 20 and 100 for Kids Corner. I'm Miss Aline, and we all say bye-bye. Say bye-bye.